Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to another video. Most likely previous scenes that you're seeing me, we did some traveling. Currently right now I am picking up a technically third job. I do virtual assistants. I also got an editing gig, so I edit for someone else now. And now I decided to go back to the Amazon job that I previously worked. It is a 10-hour shift, 4 days a week. But because it's Amazon, they have mandatory days coming up because of the busy season, which means I'll be working 5 days a week, 10-hour shifts. So that's gonna be fun. It is now Amazon virtual assistant editing. Why are we doing all this, Claudia? More money is better money. No, honestly, the purpose behind doing all of this is so this way I can bring in more income. Where we are currently right now in this house, we can't stay here. It's not a good neighborhood. Not only is it not a good neighborhood, but we're just backed up on a lot of bills. And so being able to have more income right now is the best. The goal right now is take all the money from everything, split it up as appropriate as possible, put money to the side because I had previously gotten into contact with someone who owns land out in New Mexico. It is a Muslim community out there, and he did offer us, meaning me and my mother, the ability to purchase a property out there, as in owner finance, no interest, no riba, but to actually own the piece of land. So that's the goal. Take my money, split it to where it's supposed to be, pay bills, take care of the family, get a car, and then put money on New Mexico so that this way, inshallah, we can move out there. There's a whole bunch that comes in between and out of that. This is like, for me at least, this plan is like a backup plan. So this plan that I'm doing is if the first plan doesn't work. What's the first plan, you say? The first plan is the virtual assistant and the editing job pivoting into real estate. However, the real estate didn't go exactly as planned. When do things go exactly as planned? I knew enough on how to buy and where to buy and some information on even what to buy. However, there were certain details that were really important in understanding the type of land to buy. And so it's becoming difficult to sell the properties that I ended up purchasing. We came back to Syracuse. We were in Florida. We weren't just in Florida. We were wearing a niqab in Florida. Now we're back in Syracuse and we're not wearing a niqab. What's happening? Florida was what I thought was a smart move at the time in order to get into real estate. However, I ended up in Florida taking on some counseling, and I ended up networking a bit and being introduced to people who showed me how I can do real estate without having to be in the state. So when I realized in order to do real estate, I don't have to actually be in the state, I picked up and I left because I'd rather be at home in my office. I'd rather be at home with my kids trying to work it rather than trying to work it somewhere else, and I'm not with my kids. I love my kids. It was really difficult in Florida to be in Florida, not see them, not wake up to them, not help my mom out when she's tired of the kids. It was a feeling of guilt. So basically when I found out that, okay, I can come back to Syracuse, I don't have to stay in Florida, I immediately jumped on a plane as fast as I could. I felt bad like I was giving up on Florida, but I know I'm not giving up on Florida. I just understand that now my family's here and what I'm trying to accomplish can be accomplished from where my family is. So why go through that difficulty if I don't have to go through that difficulty? Get what I'm saying? So we came back. And then we came back and recorded content with no niqab on. That one though, it's a real personal choice for me. It's something that I'm still dealing with, the niqab, the not niqab. And currently where I am, I think it should be for the record, I was on and off with the niqab off camera. So sometimes I wear it publicly, sometimes I wouldn't wear it publicly. It's a transition that I was doing. As women transition with the hijab, I was currently in the niqab phase of transitioning into the niqab. So it was still like a back and forth thing. Getting the job at Amazon, obviously I can't wear the niqab because security reasons and all that. So it is becoming now, I might clip this part out, but it's becoming now something that I'm transitioning further from, which is not good, obviously, but it is what it is. On social media, I covered my face because people get weird and people get crazy, and I wanted to not just not think about, oh my gosh, how do you look right now? But also I wanted to be able to showcase you can wear the niqab and still create great content. I wanted it to be a reminder to myself, more importantly, that I am a Muslim. Although the hijab reminds me I'm a Muslim, but the niqab kind of solidifies that for me. So I know you may be thinking as well then why show your face? Just do like the other sisters do where they don't even show their face. That's because I enjoy talking head videos. That is also because I do not believe that the niqab is wajib. I feel like that should be the first point. The only difference between where I was off camera in my journey with the niqab and now is that you guys can see it. That's the only difference. In reality, nothing has changed for me with the niqab. Sometimes I wear it, sometimes I don't. I don't believe it's wajib, so again, sometimes I wear it, sometimes I don't. It's 10:45. I technically start my virtual assistant position in about 15 minutes. I have a bunch of customer emails that I have to get to. I do have some editing to do. I do have editing for our own videos to do, meaning videos to upload onto the channel to do that. I have been procrastinating. I see so many successful entrepreneurs who say, I wish I would have documented the process, because if I would have just showed you the process, it'd have been a lot more potent, a lot more powerful than me just telling you my process and what happened to me and my story, versus being able to say, no, look, you can see my story. You can watch my story. There are a lot of sisters who are where I am right now at this current moment. There are a lot of sisters who are in a lot of worse positions than where I am in this current moment. I know what it's like to sit down, to watch TV, and to see a sister, not even a Muslim sister. I know what it's like to see a woman on TV and she is going through some of the similar things that I am, or she has been through the similar things that I have, or she's in a better position right now and she's just similar. Her story is similar to mine. It's a very powerful thing. So, and that was just from a woman, just seeing a woman go through that, let alone a woman who was also a black woman, let alone a woman who was also a Muslim woman. That's like a 3-banger knockout. I want to show this part of the story, the part that's not pretty, the part that's hard. Inshallah.